Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 17, my viewer replay analysis, the last one for this week, the last holiday, or Halloween episode, rather, of this viewer replay analysis. In this game, we have Juice submitted this one, emperorjuice here. He is a mod in my chat. He is a swell dude overall, and we like playing video games with him sometimes. And he said this is a quick match. He is in queue with Maroon Marine on the Anna here. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it. Left on the blue side, we have Lucio, Samuro, Morales, Graving Tassadar. No real tank on that team, but also, I mean, on the red side, no real tank as well. Maroon is also realizing this. Brightwing, Anna, Medivh, Valla, and Valera. It's a whole lot of supports. These two teams took away all the supports that were in QM. And here we have this should be interesting to say the least. There's a lot of damage on both sides, like a lot of potential lockdown, right? You have Valera, Valla for a lot of burst. On the other side, you have Graving and Samuro for a lot of sustain. But should be interesting. We move together on Lucio, which is decent. I much prefer Accelerando, I believe it's called, which increases the wall ride movement speed bonus when you're on it longer. We have Wave Illusion, which is kind of bad generally. Way of the Blade just is so much better. Just in general, it's just like it's so much more consistent. It doesn't take forever to come online. Life support is okay. I really like Clear, like the grenade build from Morales. So not my favorite here. Viciousness is okay as well. I might have preferred Cocktail, especially. I mean, I guess they have 3 supports, so maybe Cocktail wasn't the right choice. Maybe you want to go for more burst, but I feel like at that point Cocktails are better for the burst, not just sustain. You have Templar's Will on Tassadar. He thinks he needs to do some damage, obviously. We have Hot Pursuit on Valla. Juice usually goes for the auto attack build, so I'm probably assuming we're going to see that here. But he might go for a W build with the Anna. We have Piercing Darts on Anna, which is standard and fairly good. Stable Portal, which is also standard and really good. Subtlety is not my favorite. I much prefer the Crippling Poison at 1 for Valera. That being said, gonna get right into it. Level 1 trade. Don't do crazy. The Valera doesn't get in to kill anybody. Just kind of a lot of poking back and forth. There is so much sustain on both sides of this game. It's going to be so hard for anything to actually happen. Right, you have 2 like really good sustain healers in Lucio and Morales, and then 1 good burst healer, like a shield, like a really quick burst of HP from the shield. And then on the other side, you have an Anna and a Brightwing, who are both very good sustain healers, and then a Medivh quick burst of a shield. Like this is going to be rough, just all around. Everyone just kind of poking in, taking a lot of damage on both sides, not getting a ton of value out of clones in top lane. Brightwing can clear them out fairly quickly. Valera trying to keep going in on this Morales, just trying to get that kill. It does get saved by Medivh. Doesn't take the portal, which would have saved him. Instead, walked in a circle. Unfortunately misclicked, which means he does go down. The first kill of this game. Yeah, again, there's a lot of sustain and not a whole lot gonna be able to happen. Blue team does get both of the shrines pretty early on. I might prefer to see Brightwing playing a little bit more aggressively in this lane. Other two people here, but she can still clear these illusions out pretty quickly with her Q. Past starting pushing bottom, getting that rotation started on the red team side. Might be able to kill this Tassadar. The shield does save him though. It was a very close one. It was a good try. We did go down. Maroon just poking in, making sure they can't get that Dragon Knight at middle lane. Brightwing capturing that top shrine as well. They're gonna go in on top lane. He's gotta start getting those stacks up for his Way of the Illusion. Juice is gonna be pushing bottom and fighting this Greymane, who can't really take this fight against these two unless Valeera decides to leave like she did. She could have killed that, could have finished him off, but decided to play it safe and walk away. In top lane, a lot of poking going down. Just a lot of poking. Nothing much else. Excuse me. So you do have auto attack damage or auto attack build from Juice. I might have seen a W build coming out if he had the nano boost. You have Subwoofer on Lucia, which is a very good one. Mirage. I know how to pronounce words, I promise. On Samuro, it's pretty good here. It's not great. I mean, you have the decent burst from Valeera, but with Valla going auto attack build, it's not going to do a ton against her. And then we have the trauma trigger on Morales, which is okay, especially against since Valeera is so happy to try and fight her. That trauma trigger is going to help her out, but it is a 60-second cooldown, which is I have a hard time picking this talent anymore just because of that 60-second cooldown. Thick Skin is decent, especially against since he did go auto attack for the Valla. Jumping in is going to give you some physical armor to help mitigate some of that auto attack damage coming out of Valla. Cause Embrace fairly standard. Peekaboo going for a standard phase shift build on Brightwing and auto attack on Valla. Overdose onto the Anna. Bird's Eye View and Relentless Strikes, which is okay. Again, I much prefer the Wound Poison here personally, especially against all this healing. The reduced healing could do some good work. But other than that, everything's fairly standard. Auto attack Valla you don't see as much of, but I know Juice likes to play that a lot more than any other build on her. So everything coming in fairly standard, nothing crazy. Just gonna get back to business. Medivh poking people down in top lane. Juice trying to get his stacks on Greymane in mid lane, who is unfortunately playing extremely safe. Valeera really wants that kill as well. Greymane spies it out though and does get the hit. Yeah, overall, not a ton happening right now. One kill up. This is a fairly slow map for the most part. You don't really need to fight as much on this map, as long as you can create good map pressure and stay in. Juice jumps in, goes hard in the paint against this double support bot lane. Neither of them really take too much damage. You probably could have safely still auto attacked the Tassadar if you didn't want him to get stacks off of like for free, but I would probably prefer the stacks on Maroon telling him to sit the hell still because he is juking both teams here. Unfortunately, they do get the Dragon Knight onto the blue team, and both people left top lane at the same time, so they're losing a lot of XP up here. They're losing a lot of XP in mid lane because Valeera went down. Bottom is going okay, but they are a full level down at this point because of all this XP lost in both these lanes. Which is something really to take note of. Definitely make sure you take note of that. Maroon getting free stacks off the Dragon Knight is going to get kicked back to safety, actually. They might have been able to kill him otherwise. So, take it. You're okay with him getting DK at counts request? That's true. Valla does get auto attack stacks off of the Dragon Knight. So, ain't nothing wrong with that for him. But you are a little bit behind on XP still. However, yeah, you can just do this all day, and the Dragon Knight's going to be sieging, so you can get very, very good value off of it. Nothing wrong with that. Valeera gets kicked down. I mean, some decent bursts, not a ton, nothing too crazy. So on Lucio, we have Party Mix, Burning Blade on Samuro, Prolonged Safeguard, Wizened Duelist. So Lucio, Samuro, Morales, all fairly standard, as well as Tassadars. If you're going to go for the auto attack damage kind of build, then you definitely want the cooldown for Oracle, so you can get the giant killer later on. And then Wizened Duelist makes sense, right? You need to burst these people down, but there's not a lot of ways to do it. So Wizened Duelist will help if you're gonna go for more of an auto attack focus build. Oh, excuse me. Phase Shield, Death Dealer, Master's Touch, Mutilate, pretty standard. Especially if you go for energy cost, you generally go Mutilate there. But nothing too out of the ordinary other than I would say the Wizened Duelist kind of build on Greymane. Anna has not yet picked her level 7 either. Okay, it does go Mind Numbing Agent, which is very good against this team. Or it's decent against this team, rather. It's not amazing, but it is decent. Top's going to go down to Samuro. Samuro Lucio is getting a ton of value. So Lucio is getting this much value out of Party Mix because of all of the illusions on Samuro. In case you were wondering how he's stacking that so quickly. Alright. He has 13 stacks on Master Touch already, so that's very good for him. Good damage onto the Lucio as well, getting him chunking him to half health. Valeera does get a face shield. Good presence of mind from the Brightwing to jump down there. Yeah, but other than that, it's going to be back to lane 2 for the most part. Maroon's getting kind of jumped on here. Getting some free stacks though, so he's not super worried about it. I know Samuro can't do much against him. I need to not rub my eye. Again, free stacks for the Valla is always nice. If he had landed that sleep, it would have been one dead Samuro. But as is, not too bad. Oh god, I have... Where did I rub off? Okay, right there. We're okay, I'll fix it after this. Good kill on the Samuro though, definitely. Always nice to get kills. We're gonna dive in super deep, get a stim as well. Pops his go for the throat, but doesn't get the kill, so kind of a waste to go for the throat, unfortunately. Yeah. After that, everyone just kind of back off. So you did see, obviously, you saw the reverse aim, you saw the stem, you saw the go for the throat. We do have Archon and Illusion Master as well on this team. Juice should be finishing up his auto attack quest pretty soon. He's at 85 stacks out of 100, so doing well there. Once he finishes that up, he'll be doing a lot of damage to this Dragon Knight, especially. Excellent poke from Maroon to force the back from the Greymane. I don't really know why Morales wanted to back there. She had full health and full energy. Kind of a weird choice on her part, but oh well. Got Leyline, Smoke Bomb, Rain of Vengeance, and nothing on Brightwing yet, but Nano Boost onto the Medivh, who just finished Master's Touch, is going to be very, very strong in these fights. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, other than that, like I said, just kind of poking out, sticking more to these lanes. Nothing too crazy going on. Yeah, 0 was in duelist stack still on the Greymane, so that is a little rough for him. Might be able to get this kill onto Tassadar. Not quite. Okay. Finish his quest on Valla at 8 minutes 16 seconds. Always good. The Medivh already has his Master's Touch quest done, so if he dies, it's not the end of the world. There was a lot of burst damage coming out of the Greymane. 2 kills now, 2 stacks it was in duelist. So that can get pretty out of control pretty quickly if you're not careful about it. Greymane is pretty rough against them. The Emerald Wind does get blocked, which is what he did go for. It got booped away, unfortunately. Juice trying to take this camp really quick. That's probably the best choice there because you're not going to take this fight. You really don't want to take this fight, so just clearing the camp out is okay. Rune is a good point though. It is a quick match comp. There's not much they can do at this point, right? No point in complaining about the comp. It's not a ton you can do. Yeah, you just gotta roll with it in quick match. Oh, excuse me. Smurro trying to go bottom. Does get poked. He goes to mid lane though, which is why he had 2 bottoms, because he had 1 illusion sitting mid lane. So it's a good heads up play by Samuro, knowing if he did get ganked that he hadn't out. So well done on his part. Valeera goes in deep, does use smoke bomb, so she should be okay here for the most part. You do get the nano boost onto Valla, but without a Q build or a W build, it's going to be kind of wasted on a purely auto attack Valla. I would prefer to see it on the mid almost every time. Slightly missed time to Arena Vengeance there as well. I could have had a little bit better and stunned him, stun both of them coming out of that. Coming out of that ley line, but not too terrible as it is. Ideally, you want to get this Greymane kill, because as soon as Greymane dies, he loses his stacks, he becomes much less of a threat. Somewhere we're going to go bottom, tank a few shots with Illusion Master, and go for this bottom camp, looks like. We got beat mixing on Lucio, which is decent. I much prefer hardstyle here nowadays. Mirrored Steel. This is all the things that I like about Lucio, by the way, like the talents that I'm specifically pointing out, are all Maroons. Marine is an excellent Lucio player, and that's where I get all of my talents for him from. He has a good point. You guys should fight while you're even on tiers, which you're not going to be for very long because they're already 15. So ideally try to look for a fight before they hit 16. System Shock is a decent talent. It's okay. It's nothing wrong. If you're not going to go grenade build, so you don't want the cooldown, the damage reduction can be pretty helpful. Visceral attacks on Greymane is just going for as much damage as possible in as little time as possible. Because he has the stim, these basic attacks are going to cool that down very, very quickly. Nullification on Tassadar as well is also excellent. Shield Dust is very good, especially against the Greymane going Wizened Duelist. Tempered attacks is fairly standard. If you're going to go for an auto attack build, give yourself some healing. Movement speed on Healing Dart is also good, as well as quickening, fairly standard. Nothing too crazy there. Does hit both of those with the sleep, but unfortunately don't have a lot of follow-up yet until Valla and Valeera get there. So Greymane is just kind of going deep. It is a bot right now, so they are ideally trying to not fight this, but red team does need to force this as much as they can. That Morales is not going to go down to the back line. Greymane bot does go down and loses all of his stacks, which is very unfortunate for him. They do see the real Samuro now as well. Which is interesting. It's an interesting way to play it, to try and cause some chaos in the back line and not actually worry about it too much. But blue team's about to hit 16, so I'd like to see red team disengage this pretty quickly, or kill one person. Okay, it was a good disengage with the ley line. Valeera still might go down. Yeah, she did. Maroon is also probably going to go down on the Anna. Never mind. Brightwing had his phase shift up. Oh, the burst damage coming out of the Samuro, actually. The burst critic strike does take him down. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, Greymane just rejoined and is like, what the hell? Lost my Wizened Duelist stacks. Alright, blue team gonna take this camp really quick and then probably go straight for the Dragon Knight, which is a good plan for them. Nothing wrong with that. Man, somebody is making some good smelling food out there. I love it. So yeah, like to see blue team get this Dragon Knight and push this pretty hard and try and get a keep with it. We'll see what they do end up doing. It looks like they're going for this camp as well, which should be done fairly soon. I would like to say I'd like to have this camp completely finished by the time you get the Dragon Knight, just so you don't waste any time, like he is currently doing. But it's not bad. Samuro gonna go split push top a little bit. Might see him do an illusion and then just leave to mid lane, or do an illusion and send one mid lane instead of trying to push top. Unless they're trying to go super greedy and go for a double keep here, which it looks like they might be doing. Excuse me. Yeah, so Samuro's gonna be pushing the top lane really hard. Dragon Knight is almost dead, unfortunately, though. Valeera dives in deep, tries to get the Morales, still is not getting these kills, unfortunately. Morales was outside of the... Okay, outside of the ley line, so hopefully she goes down. unfortunately cannot save Juice on Valla with Medivh, while Samuro gets all this split push value top. So unfortunately, despite winning that fight decently well, they are going to lose on the map pressure because mid lane is almost done, and top lane keep did go down. Samuro also is going to try and force this camp take as well. Alright, for 16s, we've got Rejuvenescencia on Lucio. Press the attack. Shield Sequencer is pretty good. I like Shield Sequencer. It's decent talent. Alpha Killer, Phase Disruption, which if you're going to go for like an auto-type Great Mane, definitely Phase Disruption on Tassadar. Greater Polymorph, Manticore, Concentrated Doses, Reabsorption, and Seal Fate. Nothing super crazy here. Sinister Strike, obviously she's going a lot for the Sinister Strike kind of build, so definitely gonna do well for her. But everything else fairly standard for most people. Deep trying to go in deep. Maroon getting the phase shield is going to help save his life. Unfortunately, Valeera goes onto a clone and is bouncing back and forth between just clones. It's not actually going to get any of those kills, unfortunately. And yeah, they're going to have to deal with this camp pressure top. We have a good creep wave bottom, but the siege camp is going to clear this out, as well as Great Man heading down there. They just need to worry about their keeps now. Samuro's going to be trying to split push these as much as possible, and this is going to be rough for them. Mirror makes another good point. They do need to fight while they're on tier still. Similar to the wanting to fight 13 to 15, you want to fight 16 to 18. Try and get that fight pre-20. Need a lot of things. That's true. Ideally. Oh, excuse me. So right here would be a very good spot for you to fight in. If you can get a Bright Wing Phase Shield into Emerald Land, possibly on the Valeera, but unfortunately you guys don't get there in time to clear it out. So you just have to force to clear this way bottom and take all of this siege damage that you're eating. Yeah, nothing crazy going on right now. Mana boost onto the Medivh. He's not using it very well. He could have like completely gone in with a portal and everything, but he kind of half-assed it. The stim drone also goes down though, so it is a nano boost for a stim drone, which nano boost has a much shorter cooldown, as you can see, 40 seconds shorter to be exact. So that's trading those two ultimates is in red team's favor. Juice taking a lot of damage from Samuro on the backline though, as well as Valeera. Good use of the portal on Valeera's side to get out of there, but there's gonna have so many problems with this fight. There was quite an Emerald Wind. I don't really think it was necessary. They probably could have just walked away, but it does pop the Emerald Wind there. So all of their ults are now on cooldown, all the big ones at least. You got Nano Boost and Leyline still online. Samuro does go down. Sleep gets caught out onto the Grey Mane. Excellent Leyline to maybe focus out this Grey Mane, hopefully. Lucio's still alive, though. So Lucio goes down. Ideally try to kill this Grey Mane to reset his Wisdom Duelist stack. He's only got a singular right now, but still. No stacks is better than any stacks for a red team here. They did lose that mid keep, though, which is unfortunate, because now they have a lot of pressure coming in both mid and top, but it's not unmanageable. Excellent sleep dart from Maroon to follow up with the stun from Valeera. But again, they have to back up and clear all these waves mid and top before they can do anything on red team's side. But this is Dragon Trier, so the last Dragon Knight definitely wins the game for the most part. It's like a 22-minute Dragon Knight that just ends it. Again, ideally, I'd like to see this Grey Wing going down. Excuse me, man, I don't know what's up with me. Sorry. I am out of it right now. But everything just going normal. Red team wants to hit 20 really, really bad before they take this next fight. So they're going to try and get this Dragon Knight. If they get Dragon Knight, get 20, they might actually be able to just push for the win here. Dragon Knight post like 15, 16 minutes is extraordinarily strong and hard to deal with. Valeera is going to get out of that. Brightwing, again, used another Emerald Wind that I don't think was super necessary for her survival. But it is what it is. Quickly talking before this fight breaks out too much. You got Nonstop Remix on Lucio, which is a decent talent if you're going to be in the middle of a fight for a while. Three-Blade Style on Samuro is pretty good. It makes your illusions last a very, very long time. Hyperactivity on Morale is also pretty decent, especially when you're going for, again, another huge auto attack damage on the Greymane. 100 Blunderbuss is the standard go-to for Greymane. Tastar goes for Prismatic Link, which is also pretty good in my opinion. I really like that talent, especially if you go Templar's Will at 1. It gives you increased range on the bounces also. Continuous wins from Brightwing. You can see she's popping right open a lot, so it's decent. Pushing them back further and further is also very, very good. Rancor on Valla, very good for the auto attack build. Medivh cheats, Night Slayer, both fairly standard picks as well. So Drew's going to be able to just pop his Rancor and completely destroy Lucio because he steps a little bit too far forward and just eats all that auto attack damage. But again, if red team can get this this Dragon Knight, that might just be game. This 20-minute Dragon Knight's pretty good. Excellent pick off onto Lucio. Excellent, excellent. Samuro clone. He's going to be in mid lane, trying to poke down these supports. The stim gets stopped actually from Valeera. Excellent job on her part. Samuro's going to have a really hard time killing that guy as well. Greymane does go down to the back line as well, loses all of his stacks. Excellent sleep from Maroon, and a good follow-up from Juice means that they're going to get this Dragon Knight, and they probably could just win. Fuck Samuro indeed. Yeah, red team could just win here, definitely. They pick up this Dragon Knight and get another pick or two before Greymane and Samuro spawn, then that's just going to be game. Medivh's going to go ahead and grab it. Brightwing should be the one to go back. Again, use your globals to split push. Brightwing is going to go back. Phase shift is up, so definitely take advantage of that fact. Lucio is just going to get burst down and die instantly. That was very, very, very good. Now you stagger their deaths. They're down a healer for a full minute while you have a Dragon Knight. That's probably going to be game, honestly, for red team side. Having a Dragon Knight this late in the game is just, it's so good on this map. The Archon gets stimmed, I think? Yeah, Archon does get stimmed, which is pretty good, but he was getting kicked away at the same time, and my nose is just so fucking bad right now. I'm struggle bussing right now, guys, I'm sorry. I don't really like the call to take the other fort. You probably should have just tried to end with this late game of a dragon. Samuro takes a lot of damage. Does go down because he swaps too close to the Valla and does get picked off. Tastar does not realize how much damage he's taking and just dies straight up. Greymane as well. This means, yeah, this should be GG now. He actually won. Yes, sir, he did. You got the late game pickoffs that team needed. Definitely blue team had a much better sustained fight. So getting these late game pickoffs with the Valeera and Anna definitely skyrocketed your way into victory. GG though, excellent job on the Valla. A lot of damage. That Greymane and Samuro and Lucio in those last fights just really were not expecting all that damage coming out of Valla. So, GG. That's going to do it for episode 17 and the last one for this week, this Halloween week. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have a happy Halloween. Stay really safe, please. Don't drink and drive. Please. Just stay safe out there. Have a great Halloween. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.